This wasn't about football. This wasn't about analysis, highlights, or hot takes. This was a live TV moment that completely stopped everything. As a former NFL quarterback, broke down on air because his son just stole the show in the most powerful way possible. Here's what happened. During ESPN's NFL Live, Dan Orlovsky is on set as part of a special segment recognizing World Autism Awareness Day. Then his 14-year-old son, Madden, who is autistic, joins the broadcast. The show highlights Madden's artwork, his personality, and his love for the Philadelphia Eagles. At one point, Madden sings "Fly, Eagles, Fly" on national television. And that's when it hits. Orlovsky gets emotional. He tries to hold it together, but you can see it. His son notices. "Are you crying?" And Orlovsky answers, "Honestly, yeah, because I love you." The moment didn't feel scripted. It didn't feel produced. It felt real. To really understand why this resonated, you got to look beyond the clip. Dan Orlovsky has built a reputation as one of ESPN's most passionate, detail-driven analysts. He's intense. He's sharp. He's all football. But this moment, this was personal. He's talked before about being a father of four, about raising a child on the autism spectrum, and what that journey looks like behind the scenes. And for a lot of families watching this, wasn't just a touching segment. It was representation, because moments like this don't always get airtime in sports media. We're used to highlight reels, contracts, controversies. We're not used to vulnerability, especially from former players, conditioned to show toughness above everything, and that's why it mattered. Inside that ESPN studio, it also shifted the tone. This wasn't just another themed segment. It became something bigger, a reminder that sports platforms can carry real-life stories that hit deeper than anything happening on the field. Let's break down why this moment actually carries weight beyond emotion. First, this is a shift in how sports media connects with its audience. For years, the formula has been simple: debates, breakdowns, predictions. But audiences today respond to authenticity. And this was raw, unscripted authenticity. Orlovsky didn't plan to cry on air. He didn't try to control the moment. He let it happen. That matters because it humanizes a figure that fans usually only see in analyst mode. Second, this moment bridges two worlds that don't always overlap: sports and real-life challenges. When Madden confidently sings, speaks, and interacts on live television, it sends a message that goes beyond football. It challenges perceptions. There's often a misunderstanding around autism. People underestimate capabilities, personality, presence. But here's Madden commanding a national stage, connecting with millions, and doing it in his own way. That's powerful visibility. Now let's talk about ESPN's role here. This wasn't just a feel-good insert. It was intentional programming on a day meant to raise awareness. And they didn't just mention it. They built a moment around it. That's smart, because it expands the network's identity beyond sports coverage into storytelling that resonates emotionally and socially. But there's always a balance. Moments like this can't feel exploitative. They have to feel genuine, and this one did because the emotion wasn't forced. It came from a father reacting to his son. Finally, let's talk about impact. Clips like this travel fast. They reach people who don't even follow football. And when that happens, it redefines what a sports moment can be. Not just a game-winning touchdown, but a connection between a father and son that millions relate to instantly. The reaction, overwhelmingly emotional. Fans aren't debating this. They're sharing it. Parents especially are connecting deeply with Orlovsky's reaction, because that pride, that emotion, that's universal. You're also seeing appreciation for Madden, not sympathy, respect. Media voices are praising ESPN for giving the moment space to breathe instead of rushing past it. And in a media landscape that often moves too fast, that decision stands out. There will always be a small group questioning whether moments like this belong in sports programming, but they're a minority because the overwhelming response is clear. This is exactly the kind of content people want more of. This becomes a defining moment, not just for Orlovsky, but for how sports media evolves. More stories like this get told. More athletes and analysts feel comfortable showing their real lives, not just their professional personas. In Madden, he becomes a symbol of confidence and representation, someone people remember far beyond this one broadcast. It fades quickly, becomes another viral clip that disappears in the next news cycle. And the industry goes right back to business as usual, missing the opportunity to build on something meaningful. So here's the question. Do moments like this belong in sports broadcasts, or should the focus stay strictly on the game? And more importantly, did this change how you see Dan Orlovsky? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more real high-impact sports stories that go beyond the scoreboard, hit subscribe.